everyone. I'm Al Neely with Listen Up Podcast, and today we have Derek and his brother Dwayne. They're with the Greater Men Foundation and Dreams Barbershop. Derek operates the barbershop, and Dwayne assists him with that. They work there, but they've started a nonprofit. In this nonprofit, they've decided to go into the community and to help youth in the community. So I just want to welcome you guys out to talk with us.
Thank you.
Say hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So I'll start out with you, Gerald, because I feel like the barbershop is central to kind of what you guys are doing. And that's how I got to meet you anyway, because I met you through Cash, who actually walked into the barbershop and then I guess started talking with you. How long have you operated that barbershop, Derek?
I actually have been there since 2007, so it's 18 years. Came ownership in 2016, so it's been 9 years I've been in ownership,
Okay.
but I've been there since 2007.
Yeah, I had. Tell us about that area. What have you seen? Because that's a long time. It's 18 years. Right? It's changed a lot. I remember the area.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
2000s.
The guy actually that opened the shop up was in 2000. So it's been there 25 years this year. I didn't come down there actually with him in 2000, but it was 7 years later. All of us went to like barber school together. The neighborhood it's changed over the years. Good neighborhood. Coming from Norfolk, we would always think it was more middle class and upper class neighborhood, because we had school teachers and stuff in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Coming from Norfolk, we would say it was more upper class in that neighborhood. I've seen the neighborhood change a lot. Talked to a few people. Changed a lot because you got a lot of different properties. That people are renting out properties, and you got people that don't stay there that's renting rental properties. So you got a bunch of different people moving in and out the neighborhood constantly over the years. So I've seen a change. Not as much violence as a lot of other neighborhoods in 757. Right now, so there's things going in every neighborhood.
Right.
A lot of, especially the Level Green section. Mm-hmm. I've seen it change a lot over the years, with a bunch of different people moving in and out that neighborhood. But it's been pretty much constant. It's been a good neighborhood, family neighborhood, bunch of families, homeowners stay in the neighborhood. Been pretty good. I love it. I love it out there. College Park is my second home coming from Norfolk.
Yeah, there's an initiative that Cash is working on, and the playground, are they transforming that into, I remember it just used to be basketball courts. Do y'all know what they're transforming that playground into out there?
As far as what I know is they're just doing the overall transformation of the whole park.
Yeah.
They're adding some things to the park. I think it's like a sprinkler water system out there for the kids. So I think it's a great thing. The park's been there for a while, and I think it was time for an upgrade for that area.
It's pretty old, those townhouses.
Right.
I think they're like built in the 70s, maybe a little bit later, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys all came together and you had this idea about being mentors for youth in your area, right?
Yes, sir.
So from the business exclusive we did, Dwayne, you had a cousin that's in Richmond and he works with the foundation, right? Is it the Greater Men Foundation?
The name of his program is called the Broken Men Youth Academy.
Okay.
And they started out, like I said, it is in Richmond. They started out about 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. And they've graduated to having an academy now.
Wow.
Yeah, doing summer camps with the kids and things like that. So yeah, it's grown. It's really grown a lot over the 11 years.
Yeah. You have one other person that's instrumental in helping you guys, and that's Gerald, and he's not here. Gerald couldn't be with us. He's a little bit ill.
Yes.
But what made you guys decide to want to go in and just mentor assist the youth in that community?
Well, for me, over time, I realized that my barber chair was being used to, speak life and, uplift youth, the young men that were coming in my chair.
Mm-hmm.
I was being introduced to some topics that I wasn't really thinking that would be coming my way as a barber.
Right.
Through the young guys that was coming in, and it was opening my eyes to see that I was speaking to guys, and there's so many youth that come through the barbershop. Mm-hmm. It's like hand in hand, as far as speaking. It's like they say barbers are therapists. They're all kinds of titles and wear all kinds of hats.
Barbers and bartenders.
And over the time, I began to realize that was true. And I just wanted to, I wanted to, add the opportunities for us to speak to the youth, because we do have a lot of kids that come through the barbershop, and I thought that would be a good way to start with the mentor program with the kids that we do have coming through the barbershop.
Yeah, Derek, you we were talking earlier about some of the families that come through there. What would you say the predominant age group that you guys are seeing at the barbershop come through there? Is it families, men, young men, or families, or?
We got a different variety of people that come through the shop, different ages. You may have single women bringing the kids in, really? That the father's out the household or something. You got different age groups. You got younger kids coming in with the women. The boys may come in. So it's they look to us to talk to us. The women would give us the kids to cut their hair, and you got to form a relationship with them. Yeah. So it's something simple as that. But we got all different age groups. Kids coming from guys I've been cutting. I've seen guys cutting from. I've been cutting, see them 10 years old all the way to graduate from school. I got guys graduating now.
Yeah. And
so you kind of form a relationship with them. And you see things as a grown man that, we saw as teenagers ourselves going through different things. So a lot of times I try to put myself in their shoes to see what they're going through, because we went through the same thing. And it's a difference with me with the age group with kids, but still with you having young youth and young males. You see a lot of different common things with them. Could be the father out the household, different things that we see. And it opens up an opportunity for us to talk to them. And they look up to us as older gentlemen now.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that myself getting older, that, we're role models of some of these guys. And me being in a position, been in the shop for, like I say, 18 years and ownership in 9, you got different guys that, look at me and look up to me to talk, and they talk to all us in there, but we got a different variety of age group kids. We see them grow up, and that's a common thing with a barbershop that, you see kids grow up, they become grown, and they have kids, bringing their kids back to the shop. So it's something that's going to keep going on anyway in a barbershop environment that you see the youth, and a lot of them, they need someone. Both of us, me and my brother, we've been in the sports our whole life. Mm-hmm. So my common thing, even with the foundation, would be something with sports, taking these kids to games, doing different stuff with them. But they grew up in the shop, so we have kids of all different ages.
Yeah,
you see them grow up in that barbershop.
Yeah, your parents probably trust you guys to some extent when it comes to like talking to them or having events with them.
Like he said, over the years, we build that rapport with them over the years. For me, a lot of times they come in and they're very quiet when they initially come into the barbershop, because a lot of them don't want to get haircut.
Yeah, they don't know, right?
Or they don't want to get it at that time when the parents is bringing it. But like I said, I just try to connect on a regular level with them, as far as just what you do in school, how's your grades, just trying to soften them up a little bit to gain a little rapport with them.
Yeah, I would imagine coming from that neighborhood. Like Derek was saying, it's a middle class, but it ranges. You probably have the lower middle class to some of those houses out there are pretty nice big houses out in that neighborhood. So you see a different
You have the bad kids, you have the good kids, you have, you know, the introverts, the ones that are just, you know, into their phones and things like that. So we have a good mixture of going on. Like I said, not all kids are bad kids. You know, some of them just needs a little, you know, confidence instilled into them, you know, build them up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. So, yeah.
What do you feel is the disconnect with young black men and the way society sees them? Because you're working with them all the time. They're coming in there, they're talking to you guys. What do you see the biggest disconnect as being?
I would say that, like I just said, that a lot of times when people see kids or see, you know, 4 or 5 kids hanging together, they thinking that these are just bad kids, and all of them are not, like I said, bad kids. Like I said, we have to get to know these young kids. A lot of them haven't been given a chance coming out the gate. You know, so I feel like we need to be more willing to, you know, to reach out to them and speak to them and find out what's really going on with them.
Yeah.
Because like I said, a lot of times I've noticed that kids, they hold a lot of things in. And they may not speak about it to the actual parent at the time, or they may. That may be part of the reason why they're acting out or doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times kids just need someone to talk to and trust. And I think trust factor is a big thing for them as well. Trusting who is trying to give them the information and where the information is coming from.
Right. What kind of things have you done for those kids in the community? What type of activities or things have you done that would you say have kind of brought you guys closer together so they can feel comfortable?
The latest things that we've done, we've taken some kids out on fishing trips. We've taken them out to the Virginia Beach Fishing Pier in May, and we did another fishing trip in July, just past. We went out on to Rudy Inlet, and we took about the last time we took about 35 to 40 kids, and it was a combined effort between the Broken Man Youth Academy and the Greater Man Foundation here in the 757.
Okay.
And we're looking to do more of that as far as we're looking to do things like taking them to museums. We have boxing facilities that we want to take them to. There are a lot of different activities that we have planned for them. We have a youth garden that's coming up in Level Green that we're going to be participating in. So just things like that, you know, they show them different things that they don't really think about on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. So what is from the parents would have been the response from, you know, the parents once you've taken the kids out and they've not had that experience before?
The kids the parents are very appreciative. When we did the fishing trip last time, for the new kids that went on the fishing trip, the parents were so elated that so we even thought about them to bring them into the program to show them something different in life, you know. Yeah. And like I said, for the most part, it was first time experiences for a lot of them. And actually, for me and my brother, it was our first time as well going on the boat as well.
Oh, okay.
And fishing. So yeah, it was a first for a lot of us, and it was a great experience. Great experience. And those are some of the things that we want to do with them, you know, to show them something different.
So it's nonprofit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's newly started. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We are a new organization.
Funding, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. All the ways. We definitely always can use funding to help with the youth. We're looking to do maybe possible fundraisers and things like that in our community as well. But right now, donations or anything like that is definitely welcome.
Okay.
To help us out.
Okay, we'll get all that information at the end. So,
okay.
Yeah. So give me some examples of some of the young men that you've had challenge. We don't want to talk about them, but I want the people and the listeners to know some of the challenges that you found that these young men are dealing with that you never actually thought about? I mean, we've all have similarities growing up, and even though we're in different places, I think. Which one are you from New Jersey? You played basketball?
That was a friend of mine.
Okay. But y'all did play basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're originally from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So give me an idea so people that are listening can see what kind of issues they're dealing with, these young men, that you were surprised about.
I had a couple of incidents that really made me look at things a little differently. I had one teenager that actually came to me. He was sitting in my chair, and for some odd reason, he felt that he needed to talk to me about a situation that was going on with his cell phone. He was thinking that he's talking to a young lady over the phone, sent some photos across the phone, and come to find out it was an older gentleman that was actually using this information against him, and he didn't know how to speak to his parents, his father, which his father was the one that was bringing him to the barbershop at the time. And I had to literally step back for a minute and then think about how to address the situation. Initially, he was terrified to even talk to his father about it. So I was able to, convince him to speak with his father, and then we were able to fix the problem. We were able to get to the bottom of the problem, and now everything is taken care of with that situation.
Yeah.
Though that was one. I had another where
I want to stop you there because people don't understand that. A few episodes back, I had a gentleman on, and he was talking about people being trafficked. Right. And then I never thought about it because we didn't have to deal with that when we were growing up. It was like, the person had to be right there in front of us or in our presence. But this stuff can happen over a phone.
Right.
And I guess we don't think about that.
And I definitely was something that totally caught me off guard.
Right.
And just to think about that, like we think about kids just going to school or dealing with bullying, but it goes even further than that. You know, so
you can do it on social. You can do over the internet now. Right. Exactly. Before you had to face your bully.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just all kinds of things that kids are dealing with that we may not have any idea of.
Right. And I think that's good that you can bring that out. So you had another one. Go ahead and talk about it.
Well, one gentleman that I was cutting, he had been coming to me for a while, and came in one day, and he was just upset about a friend that he had lost, and he was actually arguing and fussing with another gentleman about, he felt like the guy was disrespecting his dead cousin, and he was ready to really go to war behind, the guy disrespecting his dead cousin. And you think about it he's already gone. You know what I'm saying? Now, they're worried about defending the living and the dead. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I think, teenagers, should not even be, thinking about things like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as, retaliation, behind things like that. I just thought that was kind of just kind of strange for me. I never think about kids dealing with things like that. You know what I'm saying? Standing up for, your dead loved ones and, wanting to fight. And, my thing is we already have one gone, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you're putting yourself in a position where you could be gone too, you know what I'm saying? So those are things that these kids are dealing with out here, on a daily basis that we as, adults don't even really think about. Right. So they're dealing with a lot out here.
Yeah, it's trauma on top of trauma.
Exactly.
And in the Black community, that I'm sure you heard it, that We don't tell everybody our personal business because we don't want everybody to think we crazy. So I've seen it in the past where we've tried to deal with issues and through self-medication, drugs,
Right.
alcohol, sex. Those are all the things that we've used in the past. Derek, what kind of things have you heard or people come in and talk with you at the barbershop? And I'm doing this for the listeners because I don't think people understand you're not trying to provide a service or anything. It's more of a humanitarian thing or a social issue. But barbers get a lot that people come and talk to them about. What kind of things have you've heard? You don't have to be specific with names or anything, but just give us some examples.
Well, I'm gonna give you an example myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that that you see, you have to realize. Growing up, we didn't see certain things. The social media, technology wasn't the same. So I'm gonna give you an example with me that I could see a lot with kids, and it has to be even with bullying. So I had it was a funny story. Guys I play basketball with, we have a thread that all is on, and we, correspond to each other. That we play basketball together. So it was a particular guy. They would send out memes. At the time, I didn't know how to do it. To send out a meme. A guy would say something about me, send a meme, and I didn't know how to do it. So I had a younger guy that I knew, that I raised. So he showed me how to do the memes.
Yeah.
So from that point on, but it was the thing, what I'm trying to say is that I had a problem. I felt some kind of way with someone sending something, saying something about me.
Right.
That was a meme. And I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to respond.
Right.
Which showed me a lot of these things that these young guys are doing, the young people are doing on social media. It could make you feel some kind of way.
Right.
So back in the day, we would have to see somebody at the mall or at a game or somewhere that we would say something to, at a party, at Friday night after the game or something.
Right.
So nowadays you have different things with kids on the computer.
Right.
And sitting out different memes, saying different things about each other.
Right.
So that affects the youth. That could affect your decision making. The same thing my brother said about how somebody would, say they want to defend something or do something, but you're putting yourself on the line by, getting into these things. So I see a lot of stuff with young guys, different situations. They may be on the computer saying things to each other, and it leads on. So it makes you feel some kind of way. I felt some kind of way myself.
And I want just you point out what you were saying. That guy was experiencing that hurt and that pain. So I can imagine being in that situation and you're never seeing that person, and that person, you want to address it and you never see that person. So you're carrying this anger around all the time. Right. So I don't know how that was, but that's what I was. I would think
you would see that leads to you might have youth that get in our chair, come in the barbershop, and they're dealing with situations that we can't see.
Yeah.
So you're wondering why somebody acting like that, or even at school, the bullying is at an all-time high. So it affects the child. So they might get in the chair with us, and you see a different personality, something going on with them.
Yeah.
So it's different issues with that we deal with that coming in the shop. That if you pinpoint it, and they trust the barber. They trust us to conversate. So they may tell us some different things that's going on with them, and these are things that we got to be conscious of. And me being an older gentleman now, I look at situations that I couldn't understand.
Right.
I can go back to that meme. I didn't know how to respond to that meme, and it made me feel some kind of way because they were saying. But I felt better once I could say something back to them.
Right.
So you got people dealing with different stuff. On the internet, kids dealing with stuff, and something like my brother said.
You guys are like the cool uncles.
Basically. Yeah, we got situations,
and, we the OGs.
Situations that kids are dealing with now, as far as bullying, dealing with. So even back in the day, we something happened to somebody. Things happen, but in the the 70s, the 80s, it was like. Something happened to somebody, such and such. I'm like, okay. But now, and I had to even see with my son, me raising my son, these kids deal with they deal with death. They deal with stuff that we didn't have to deal with that wasn't commonly happening. So that would change you as a person. It depends on how you react to it.
Yeah.
So we're seeing different things with kids that I couldn't understand, but when you get in their shoes, they're dealing with stuff that I had a guy that's dealing with just dealing with that. Such and such got something happened such and such, or whatever. But it is normal to them. To me, it's still not normal because we didn't grow up in these times. So you got, the normal things that they deal with now that they said normal, we didn't have to deal with.
Yeah. It wasn't normal to us.
Yeah, and it changes the person.
It's the norm. Just the school shootings by themselves.
Right.
I can't imagine. I grew up in Philly, so Philly's a little more violent than most places, but I didn't have to worry about getting shot in school. I had to have this protocol for what you need to do if there's a live shooting.
Right.
It's just nuts.
And we didn't worry about getting shot when we were in school.
No. Fight.
Something,
right. we would deal with our stuff.
Plenty of fights, things like that. But as far as somebody coming into the school and things like that, and that's just where things have changed, over the years, and like that's what we're saying. Like kids have more things to worry about than we did when we were coming up back in the day.
It's much simpler.
Like I said, social media. Even with social media now, like back in the, like you were saying earlier, my brother was saying kids get into it or fighting. It might just be the people that was around that circle at the time that saw it. Now you have social media and you have a person with 10,000 followers or 10,000 this can see here. People over in California can see somebody fighting in Virginia that don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? So social media plays a big part in it as well, definitely.
Yeah.
These guys have to, and it's your reaction to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get yourself out of this situation. And that's once again how it helps us with them coming in the shop. Even to talk to one of us or somebody in the shop, we can help them out to make a better decision.
And that's, exactly.
It's crucial to them. Because at a certain age, you don't know, but your actions are, you're trying to figure out an action or how you're going to respond to this. And sometimes the action could be, hey, look, I just might need to leave them alone.
Yeah.
I might need to be doing something else, studying and trying to get myself to go to college or working or doing something. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do with the youth, to get them another way to react to things that's happening.
Exactly. To react, show them how to react differently, or try to.
Yeah, they may be crucial.
Not to respond violently, or just know how to handle themselves in certain situations.
Yeah, you don't need to always address everything with a equal or greater violent reaction.
Exactly.
Process it, because you got to think, okay, I'm here. I had to go through all this to get here.
Right.
And when I was talking to Gerald last time, he was talking about the different levels that he had to go through to learn, right? And it took him a while to learn, just to be able to adjust and to make it to where he is. I mean, he's a young 50. He looks good for his age, but it took him.
Yeah, that's my brother there, man. Yeah. Gerald, he's a guy, man, that one of the first gentlemen that I really thought about helping me with the Greater Men Foundation.
Yeah.
He has a tremendous heart for the kids, and I've seen his growth over the years. We've been working together for a number of years now, and I've really seen his investment into the kids.
You get to meet him, you'll see him. You'll definitely see him.
That's his mainstay, I think, for doing anything in life, and it's definitely for the kids and the youth, for him, that really makes him go. And anything for him. We had a conversation the other day, and he was like, bro, I'm with you full-fledged, you know what I'm saying? Whatever we need to do, you know what I'm saying? I see the vision. I see what we're trying to do. So definitely, he was one of the first gentlemen that I thought of when I wanted to do this program.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good choice. One of the things I struggle with young people, young men today, is I want to know if they come and talk to you about relationships, because I feel like they're looking at social media, they're looking at the high life that some of these people are living. And then, on social media, when people are posting stuff, they're never posting, okay, I'm feeling down.
We always get the good part.
That's right. You know, or I'm riding around in my brand new,
right,
Mercedes or whatever. Or they're following these athletes, and they got these NILs, and they're getting paid, from colleges for them now. So they're like, I don't know if I can compete with all of these guys, with these girls out there. Do you guys get conversations with the young men about relationships and how they relate to women in the barbershop? I was just curious.
Well, you have certain guys, certain young youth that will confide into you about about their relationships and things like that. But my thing is for the youth and the young guys, I don't want them to just focus on being in a relationship. I want them to focus on growing up, and enjoying their youth. And figuring out what they want to do, early in life, so that when they get 50, 45, 50, 60 years old, when you get to that age, you've already put your work in.
Yeah.
So you can, just put it on cruise control.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get these young guys to focus about, future things.
Okay.
You have your phone. For those ones that have their phone and they're always looking at your phone, use your phone to, find something that's going to help you in your future. Don't just have it, looking at crazy videos and doing this and that, but use it for a purpose, things like that.
Yeah.
And the relationships, now don't get me wrong. We are, we want to, teach the right things as far as relationships as well. But for the youth, I just want them to focus on, growth in life and doing the right things they need to do to be productive in their communities.
Right. I hear guys talking about, well, they don't want to get married anymore because of the quality of woman. So I was wondering, I feel like that would come out in the barbershop, all guys are there, and they'll talk about why they feel like that about women. So that's where I was trying to go with it.
Yeah, definitely.
I got bald head. I shave mine, so I don't go to. I started the barbershop a long time ago.
Oh, we have plenty of guys coming in to get those bald heads cleaned.
Yeah, just to have the conversation.
Anytime you want to slide on in,
come up there and just sit there and just.
That's right. That's right.
Shave our heads so we can talk to y'all. So.
Yeah, and and like I said, that's one of those topics. Like I said, we were thinking about doing a podcast in the barbershop as well. So
I will help you guys, and I think you should.
I will greatly.
I think that would ground your area.
Okay.
That would just bring so much visibility to you. I just think it would be a good thing.
Yes, sir. I think it would be too. I had to. We're gonna have to get my brother more coaching. You know what I'm saying? To get him, get it set up in the shop so we can get it going.
You're gonna have to remodel.
We're gonna have to remodel a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. That's something that we're looking into for our barbershop as well. Dreams Barbershop, 6545 Auburn Drive.
Yeah.
College Park Shopping Center.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get that information later.
Yeah.
So I know you said some of the things you have coming up, but do you have any specific dates, anything you need help with right now? You said you're doing something for back to school, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We got a back to school event. We just met with Dr. Manigo at College Park Elementary School out there.
Okay.
And this is third year that we'll be doing our book bag giveaway and Customer Appreciation Day at the school. So prior to the pandemic, like I said, I had the business for the last 9 years. Mm-hmm. God put it on my heart to do a Customer Appreciation Day and a book bag giveaway. So we were doing it before the pandemic in 2000. So we just recently came back out this will be the third year at College Park Elementary. We're taking donations at the barbershop, Dreams Barbershop and Salon. We're taking donations at J&K, the restaurants right there.
Okay.
A couple different businesses in the College Park area. Mm-hmm. We are taking, getting school supplies. So God put it on my heart to kind of give back in life when you're being blessed. I was blessed with getting a business at the same place I was at for the last 17 years. Mm-hmm. And he put it on my heart to do a book bag giveaway and Customer Appreciation Day. So I was doing it prior to the pandemic. It probably, I don't know if we did it 5 or 6 years prior to that. It had been going on a road. So we do the book bag giveaway. And this year is August 21st from 12 to 4. We'll be at College Park Elementary, giving away book bags and supplies, getting away free. We have hot dogs, chips, and stuffed kids for the kids. We got an event. We got a guy that does juices. He's coming out there. A bunch of different information
bounce houses.
Yep, and for the community.
Face painting.
Yep, we got a lot of stuff
Yeah, we got a lot of things
on
for
the
the
21st from 12 to 4 at College Park Elementary.
Do you already have the supplies, or do y'all need people to help you?
We need supplies. We have people bringing stuff in now. We were actually waiting on a date, and we just got the date yesterday. But like I said, we've been doing it with them for the last 3 years. So we need donations. We need book bags, supplies for these kids going back in that area. And we've been doing it for the last 3 years with elementary school, and prior to the pandemic, we had did it like 5 or 6 years. We doing a book bag giveaway. So we need book bags, any donations.
School supply, any type of school supply.
So do y'all have, what kind of apps or programs y'all have set up so people can donate? Because people like to just send money now instead of bringing it out either by Cash App, or do y'all have any of those?
If you would like to go online and donate to our organization, you can go to the Broken Man Youth Academy on, and you can just Google that, and it'll bring up their information online, and it'll show it has a donation. Just click on where it says donate, and you just follow the steps, and you can donate to the Greater Men Foundation through that as well.
Okay. All right. So we might have to get you guys set up with some other stuff too. So I will talk with y'all about doing that a little bit later. So,
Okay.
What else would you like for us to know?
Basically, like I said, this is a program, the Greater Men Foundation, in conjunction with the Dreams Barbershop. We just want you all to know that we are here and available to help in any way possible in our communities. Anything that that comes up, if anybody wants us to be involved, please reach out to us. By all means, we want to be involved in anything that we can be involved in with the youth, and like I said, in our community as well. So definitely, any type of events that's going on, like I said, we definitely want to be a part of it.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't ask was, what was the inspiration or the catalyst behind you guys doing this? Is there an event, or it's just a series of events, or just life?
For me, it's just life. Noticing a need, noticing that like kids are dealing with a lot of issues and situations out here, and like I said, sometimes these youth just need someone that they can talk to and confide in and trust. I think trust is a big thing for these youth, and I think a lot of times when they feel that they can trust you, they can open up and let you know exactly what's going on, and that way we can know what we need to do to help them.
Right.
Right.
And that just came from having a barbershop and them coming in talking to you weekly, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we've had so many youth come through, and like I said, a lot of them we've started with them when they were young. You know what I'm saying? Like 5, young kids coming in, getting, and they continue to come in. And like I said, over the time, I've been able to just build that rapport where they feel more comfortable each and every time they come into the barbershop. And like I said, I have parents that say how much their children respect me and all type of things like that. So like I said, just noticing that and seeing that, it was like, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I think it all goes hand in hand, Yeah.
Also on that note, my main reason I told my brother when he started the foundation, I was still trying to find young guys to cut hair. So I'm opening up a barber school, eventually coming up, probably it should be next year. And that was one of my main reasons to get some of these young guys, to teach them how to cut hair, to get them opportunity. Because I went to college, left college, went to Virginia State for 2 years, didn't go back to school, but I picked up a trade at 19 when I came home, and it was cutting hair. So I've been doing it since 19 years old. So it's going on 34 years. So I wanted some of these guys, the younger guys, to teach them how to cut hair, because it's going along with me trying to open up this barber school. Yeah. So I'm trying to get them a trade that they can use the rest of their life. Even if they get education, it's still a trade that they can use. And the business has to get younger. And that's what I'm looking at with me getting older as a barber and being in ownership. I'm looking to get some of these young guys to get in to teach them how to cut hair to keep the business going. Even if I'm not cutting, every business has to get younger.
Trades are very important. I tell people nowadays that we had a lot of trades in school back in the day when I was coming up. We had all type of we had woodworking, we had all type of shop classes.
They don't do that anymore.
And they like did away with it. But even then, when we had those classes, they didn't tell us that those classes could turn you into a business owner or having your own business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Electrician, HVAC. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. They promoted it as like electives and things like that, like fill-in classes to help you graduate. They never told you the importance. We were always told, go to school, go to college, get good grades, get a good job. You know what I'm saying? But trades are very important. And even till right now, there are businesses that are looking for people to do trades, but can't find people with the certifications that we need for our infrastructure in the world right now.
Yeah.
So it's very, trades are very important, and we need to let people know the importance of trades as well.
I agree with you. One of the things that's, kind of personal for me is about being a business person is exactly what you said. You go and they tell you how to work on cars, use tools and everything. One of the things that they did show us back then, we were using checkbooks, so it did show you how to balance a checkbook. Right. But the United States is what people forget, and this is why I feel like there's such a big separation between the classes and things that people are fighting right now. Is because the United States is built on a capitalistic ideology with a free market economy,
right,
which means that if you're an entrepreneur and you learn how to use those tools, you can use those to build a life for yourself.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
And the people that have learned it, they're just greedy and they're just taking more and more.
Right.
But I feel like we need to go back and teach people this is what this country is built on.
Exactly.
Okay. So you can take one of those trades or do whatever it is that you want to do and learn how to build a structure so that you can take care of yourself.
Exactly.
And this country doesn't do that.
And they don't do that. Exactly.
Yeah. They tell you, go get the job at college.
Go college, go and get the good grades.
Then you're still going to work for somebody else.
And you're still going to work for somebody else.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you're not going to be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And that's how I tell the youth too, man. You want to get into something that you love early.
Right.
Because if you're not doing something that you love out here, you're going to be finding yourself bouncing around from one thing to the other. So find out
who you're working with.
Exactly.
Not gonna like the job.
Exactly. If you don't want to wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I got to go here and do this and do that.
Yeah.
You want to feel good about getting up, going to do what you're going to do each and every day. Because when you feel good about it, you're going to do it to the best of your ability each and every day.
Yep.
So yeah,
I agree.
Definitely.
I agree. Any last words? Anything, Derek, you want to say?
I just want to say thank you to Mr. Neely for giving us this opportunity to come on this podcast. This is our first time really doing this, and this has been a great experience. And I just want to say thank you to Mr. Neely for allowing us the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, I had so much admiration for you guys when I went out to do the business exclusive. It kind of turned into a podcast. We're supposed to have been talking about the barbershop. We started talking about, what Gerald, you were doing, and it was just, I was like,
we got to hold something else.
Yeah. Yep. And then it's great because you guys are active in the community. You go to the town halls. You are really, I think a lot of people want to do what you're doing. They don't know how. They don't even know that there are a lot of guys like you doing this. Right. So it would be good just for your area. That's what I was saying. The barbershop could be a hub. People need help with those kids.
Right. Definitely. We just actually had a young lady come from Yorktown. We did, like I said, my brother said earlier, we had interviews last Sunday, and we had a young lady come from Yorktown. She had 2 sons that she wants to be involved in the program. So yeah, definitely. That is definitely needed. So we appreciate you.
Yep. They need mentors to show them how to to be responsible, accountable, and grow up to be young, productive men.
Exactly.
So that's what you guys are doing.
Yep.
So thank you for coming in. That concludes today's episode of Listen Up. We'll catch you next time on Listen Up.
All right. Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, I'm going to ask you to click on the links below, follow, subscribe, become part of the conversation. And remember, listen up.